Critics, critics, and more critics is what we receive all day long. Don't wear that, don't do that, don't think like that, don't say that, you shouldn't build a business, it's too risky, you should do something safer. Isn't it boring? Nowadays it seems like everyone has an opinion and a voice about what you should do. However, there are ways to build protective walls on your mind. On today's video, we are going to discuss why people criticize, why you shouldn't care about other people's opinions, and how not to care about them. With this knowledge, you will enter in a different state of mind. Without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Why people criticize? Well, people criticize for multiple reasons. The first one being that it's much easier to criticize than to actually do something yourself. Just think about it. If you are busy creating things and doing things yourself, you don't have time to criticize. In fact, I think that people criticize for 4 main reasons. Let's see them. Don't fucking care about what other people think of you. That's the fastest path to self-destruction and unhappiness. First one, they are afraid themselves. They are extremely afraid. They think that nobody can do it just because they can't. Reality is that they are just cowards. They don't have the balls to get in their shit together and go for it. For this reason, they try to put other people down, because if they are able to make other people quit, then they have the perfect excuse to not put into the work themselves. The failure of others brings them joy. Second, they are consumed by regret and envy. Instead of helping others achieve their goals, they try to make you fall. And nowadays, with all this social media, they don't even have to expose themselves. They hide behind a screen. Oh, how brave! In case you don't notice, that was sarcasm. They let their own regrets rule them until that regret turns into anger and hatred. Once again, they fail to realize that if they put all that energy into actual work, they could reduce that regret. Also, they don't learn from experience, and they think that because they suffer, everyone has to suffer. If they could just see that a life ruled by regret and hatred is a life wasted, maybe they could start to put some more useful feelings into their lives, like love, support, and kindness. That will definitely improve their lives. If they feel pain because they couldn't achieve what they wanted, at least they could try to avoid that pain to other people. If they did that, their lives will recover meaning. It's that simple. Third, they feel entitled. A lot of criticizers feel so important that they think that their opinion is worth something and that what they say is the right thing to do or to think. What they fail to realize is that everyone is different, and because of that, the right action will be different for everyone. Look, opinions are like bats. Everyone has one, and as any bat, they spill a lot of shit. So focus on your personal opinion about yourself. That is way more important. And four, they focus too much outward instead of looking inward. As a result, they see the stick in the eye of the neighbor, but they fail to see the beam in their eyes. Look, nobody is perfect. So, before criticizing, we should analyze ourselves critically first. If we did that more often, we will not open our mouth a lot of the times, believe me. Critics will plant fear or resentment in the human heart, but it will not build love or affection. Why you shouldn't care about other people's opinions? Now that you know why people criticize, are you going to let those losers determine what you can or can't do? Remember, you will never be criticized by someone that is doing more than you do. You will be criticized by someone that is doing less than you do. Anyways, if you are being criticized, it means that at least you are doing something. Even if you are doing really little, remember that you are doing something, and that is more than what most people can say. So be proud, friends, because that takes a lot of courage. It is extremely easy to criticize when you do nothing, but it is much harder to actually do something. Never, like ever, be this kind of people, okay, that just criticize. That's disgusting and makes me sick. On top of that, that's the recipe for happiness, and no one wants to be around people that are like that. So, the best response that I can give you to the question, why shouldn't I care about other people's opinions, is this. Because your own opinion about yourself and your happiness is the most important thing. Don't let others bring you down. You have the power to create excellence. Build your best self, and don't let anyone take that away from you. How to not care about other people's opinions? Now we speak about the juicy stuff, huh? This is the most important part of the video. I have had to train myself a lot in order to achieve a state of mind that is immune to criticism. I have done it because I know that by doing what I am doing right now and chasing my dreams, I am going to be heavily criticized, for sure. So let me share with you 6 reasons why you shouldn't care about other people's opinions. Let's go. The firmest of decisions always require courage, and sometimes even a lot of courage. First one, don't matter what you do, you are going to be criticized. This is the first lesson. Even if you are doing nothing, there will be always someone that has to open their big mouth to say something bad about you. So, if you are going to be criticized anyways, I think that it is much better to be criticized for being the crazy one that has the balls of going for what he or she dreams than just being criticized. Don't you think? Second lesson, it is your life and only yours. So what the hell do they know what is best for you? They are not you. So what might work for them doesn't work for you. Third, you don't want regrets when you die. Having regrets when you die is kind of the worst failure of life. Not to mention that it's extremely painful. For people that spend their time criticizing are losers. If they criticize you and laugh at you, it's because they are a bunch of losers. So why the hell would you take advice from someone like that? You are here to become a winner, not a loser. Anyways, I think that people spend way too much time criticizing others, a little to no time creating things themselves. Don't be like that. Spend your time creating and improving. 5. Your happiness can't depend on the opinion of others. Happiness is something that depends entirely up to you. So, if you put your happiness on the hands of others, you will never be happy. I think that you deserve to be happy, don't you think? And 6. You are the one that knows yourself better. Who is going to know what you need more than you do? Look, the best way to stop caring about other people's opinions is to internalize what I have just shared with you. When you do that, you will start to see how the opinions of others will start to lose weight until they don't have any power over you. That's what we want. The fear of criticism robs people of their initiative, destroys their power of imagination, limits their individuality, takes away their self-reliance, and does them damage in 100 other ways. If you are on my webpage, you have the book at the bottom, and if not, you should. You also have it on the description below. But let me ask you something. Do you want to have the best teachers of all time as your personal mentors? If you want that, just access to my personal library, in which I share the books that have shaped my life. Of course, this one is included. If you are on my web, just click the banner at the bottom of the page, and if not, just click in the description of the video. Thank you. The conclusion is simple. You shouldn't care about other people's opinions because they are not your own. So who the beep cares about them? Look, I know that it is not easy to achieve a state of mind in which criticizes don't affect you, especially when that critique is coming from a loved one. Still, you can protect yourself against the harm of critique by internalizing that you and only you hold the power of your mind. If you don't let anyone to enter on your mind, you will hold its power. Obviously, the more you train your mind, the stronger it will become and the more protection it will give you. For me, there is no better way to train your mind than reading, especially this book, Think and Grow Rich. Read this incredible book and transform your mind into an unstoppable machine able to achieve anything. Don't let other people's limitations and fears become your own. Stay strong and build the future that you want. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys.